Well, any questions? Yeah.
So I have this company that problem that I don't know how to do Twitter, I don't know how to do Facebook. I just don't know how to do it. I don't pay attention. How do I go out and find people who are I mean a ton of people who are like content marketers and SEO experts and I mean a ton of people like that. How do I tell who really knows what they're doing from who doesn't?
What does your company do?
My company is called BigSmall.io. I want to revolutionize freelancing by streamlining the process of finding new clients.
And how and why do you need to use social media for that?
To be honest, I don't really know. I guess how and why is going to meetups and I'm passing out business cards and it doesn't scale.
Yeah, so earlier I said don't waste time on channels you don't understand. So I think this is a classic example of that. What you need is presumably a two-sided market. You need freelancers on the supply side to have I'm available to do whatever work, and then you need people to pay them for it. So what I would do is to build the supply side. That's easy enough. Use audience and then find bio search, social media, SEO, designer, whatever. Reach out to those people and bring them to your platform. And there's a lot of ways you can get them on your platform. Once you get them on your platform, the next thing you need to do is handhold and bring them customers, or they'll sign up once and then they'll never use your platform again. So how do you handhold customers? Community management. So build your personal brand as quickly as possible. So on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, add as many people as possible, reach out as many people as possible, build groups that give people value, start doing public speaking that people who are looking to use your platform will attend. Also, I think web scraping would be really big for you. So use something like import.io. Import.io, you can scrape any website for data. You don't need to learn how to code to do it. So you could go to all of the other freelance sites, and there's much more than Upwork and Freelancer out there. Scrape as much data as you can on both the customer and the supply side. You could target them with Facebook and Twitter ads, or you could email them cold, although I don't know what the can spam it is. It depends on your views on whether the law needs to be followed. I don't know. Yeah, so my point is, all of that doesn't necessarily need a social media manager. It just needs you to have a strong personal brand. It just needs you to be building on various platforms and then connecting the two sides of the audience together.
So the public speaking, how do I outsource the rest of it?
Outsource, so learn how to use import.io. I can give you a link to Virtual Valley, that is virtual assistants in the Philippines or somewhere. They're a little bit more expensive than normal virtual assistants, but they're really good and they're handpicked. If you want to scrape data manually, go to Mechanical Turk by Amazon, and so let's say you wanted to find all of the email addresses of people who have written about similar companies. You would just get a list of those websites and then put it on Mechanical Turk and say 2 cents or 3 cents for each successful email address you return. So that's how you can outsource that. But always do it a few times manually first. Likewise with Instagram, I always say start manually and understand the system, then outsource to an intern or someone else. But if you try it at the start, no one knows what they're doing on social media and content. That's half the reason people like what I do. I know a little bit. Cool.
Two things.
Yeah.
What was your background? What was your day job before you started doing this?
Yep.
Second thing is, why can't you find anybody who does this kind of thing? You look at Craigslist or other places, it's a wasteland for this kind of service.
So what did I do before? Well, I had a lot of dead-end jobs, but I kept getting fired. Yeah, so I was on welfare for a little bit, trying to work out what to do. I was a music journalist, so I used to review bands. So I was doing stuff like that. And secondly, firstly, most growth hackers don't want to give their secrets away. They'll give you that absolute minimum so that you have to then hire them. at the end of the talk and so on, and then they can charge a lot of money. That's what I kind of do, but I don't really care about getting clients. I prefer like speaking and writing books and stuff. So most people don't want to give their secrets away. They have a zero-sum mindset where they've learned a little bit and then they don't want to learn anymore. Like, I'm putting all my secrets in my book, so now I have to go out and find new ones. I force myself to be good. The comedian Louis C.K., when he has a good ending bit, he starts his show with it. Now he's like, now I really need to pull out some good stuff. So it's hard to find good people. Growthhackers.com is probably a good place to find it because that's where they congregate. But yeah, it's very hard to do. My best advice is learn it yourself, and then you can hire bits of it out to interns. I have 2 members of staff who I'm kind of teaching everything I know, but I had to learn it myself first.
I was amazed when I found Hootsuite.
Yeah, Hootsuite's great. I think Buffer's better, but Hootsuite's good. Yes?
My question is about the different phases of business. So pre-launch versus after you've launched. What are the most important key activities for social media? Would it be social media versus public speaking versus networking in person? Can't necessarily do it all if it's a month of launch is a month away. What is the most?
We did all of our Kickstarter with 1 month to go, so it is possible. I talk about this more in my talk on Tuesday, but in short, what you need for pre-launch is a viral queuing system. So that is, rather than just collecting people's emails, when they sign up, they get put in a queue, like in 500th place, and then to move further up the queue, they have to like your Facebook page, follow you on Twitter, invite their friends on email, and then at the top, they get bonuses, so they get to use the product first. Or so our bonuses are things like free consultancy time where I work on your startup, or free webinars with me, or free entrance to a secret group. So you funnel everyone into that group. I use queueat.com. That isn't available to most people, it will be soon. You can also use Maitre app, MAITREAPP.co. If you use Vincent25, you get 25% off. That's the same thing. So you have all of that traffic go to there. So how do you fill that up with traffic? Firstly, having that strong personal brand. Individually message all of your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn to build that. And also you set up a Thunderclap, thunderclap.it, and then have everyone have an email out to all the people you've gathered using the queuing system, and then a Thunderclap. And then you want to get in mail outs as well on the first day. That's how we did our Kickstarter launch a couple of days ago. So having all of those things run into it. The question I get asked most from people is, what should I focus on? And the answer is, it really depends on different platforms. But loosely speaking, if you have no money, Facebook groups, Twitter, and public speaking are the 3 best things you can do to get quick results. Because all 3 of those, the more you hustle, the more returns you'll get. On some other things like content marketing, you can just be unlucky, and then people don't like the title and don't click. Or on Snapchat, it could just take so long for you to get any followers. But Twitter, Facebook groups, and public speaking, if you sit there at a keyboard all day and booking talks, you'll get returns very quickly. Cool. Yeah?
I was just curious what you thought the most important KPIs are for video deployment. So like in YouTube, is it viewing, stop, start, how long are they using it versus like Periscope or Facebook Live, concurrent user rates? Like when your clients start talking to you about video advertising strategies, what do they usually see as the main ROI?
Well, I work with startups and small companies, so they want clicks and website visitors. If you're lucky enough to work with brands, you can just dazzle them by saying impressions. And brands don't care about clicks. It's great if you work for an agency. 100,000 people watched your video, that's great. Then they don't ask how many people clicked and actually did something. It is changing slightly, but if you can get old school big agencies, they just want to be in people's heads when they go to the candy shop. They want to just pick that candy bar. So the correct KPI really depends on what your company is. There's definitely no right answer, but traffic is always good as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. What do you mean?
Just the algorithm tracking users or something. Does that not happen?
Well, if the ad was against Fiverr's regulations, Fiverr wouldn't let them be on there.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know if it's like on YouTube channel or if you guys have
No, the only thing you shouldn't do with Fiverr is pay for Amazon reviews. There was a lawsuit, and I think they might have even gone after the people who had reviews. But if Fiverr let it on their platform, it's fine. And there's a lot of black hat things that Fiverr doesn't allow on that you can't get. But if the ad's on there, it's fine. But if you're buying traffic and stuff, it's fake. Just remember, no one on Fiverr can be trusted, and you'll be okay. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So would you recommend paid advertising on Instagram and Facebook and all of that? And how much would you say is a reasonable amount to invest per day? Because I know they don't like go below $1. So
What's the product or company?
the company is it's Event Vines, and what it does is it's a searchable directory of all event venues and event vendors in Austin.
And you want to.
I want to target different event planners. It's free for event planners and people who are hosting events to search on. So I want people who are in the event industry and event venue managers to claim their listing, to add photos and share their listing. So I'm trying to get more people on that end, and then more planners getting on the site using it when they're planning events.
Can't help but feel you can go hyper-local and do most of this stuff in real life. Like paid is really, generally is quite far down the line. I thought you were going to say you're working for another company. In terms of scraping, you can use stuff like import.io to scrape Meetup and Eventbrite and all of those event sites. On Meetup, you can message a few people each hour, and that's how you can get to all the event planners that way. And then you should probably get really good at organizing your own events as well. And that's how you would get the demand side who are interested in organizing events. So yeah, you should probably get really good at organizing an event. So as for paid, yeah, hyperlocal is good. Instagram has relatively low click rates because it's not as played out as Facebook. But unless you know what you're doing, Instagram and Facebook paid is a complete waste of money. It's hard to do right. So either learn it through testing or charm someone who knows what they're doing and get them to do it for you. But you can do most of this in real life. That's the good thing about events companies. Get good at Twitter too. Yeah?
Can you give us or share with us an idea of the cost to employ you?
So to hire my agency to work with you, we're quite picky with because we only hire people, we only get people on who we think we can do really good things with. So that's like, thousands of dollars per month. But we normally start with earlier stage companies just with consultancy over Skype video. So we go through your problems, try this week, use this software this week, and we have those reduced prices in our Kickstarter. I think one of them is like $300. It includes the book, free webinars, video course, and an hour consultancy. So our Kickstarter has a few of those, which is a good start, and then you can see if you want to go on to hire big. But yeah, I've been coaching a lot of entrepreneurs in different areas.